Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Max from River Rock coming to you again from the great state of Georgia. And decided to do something a little different today, which was record outside. So if you hear some background noise, I will repeat some of the things that I say. Today's presentation is Win the Money Game, Part 2, Income Protection. And more importantly, it's about protecting those you love, your business, your charitable organization, whoever you decide to protect through the use of life insurance. Um, you can follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook at River Rock Financial Group. Once again, my name is Max, so let's go ahead and get started. Today's presentation is disability income protection. My name is Max Wiltz. The website is rrfgwealth.com. We are licensed in Georgia, North Carolina, and Texas currently. As you can see there, you can follow us on all the listed social media platforms. Before we get started, let me cover myself and the agency. Uh, all examples are for illustrative purposes only, not representative of any particular investment or an offer of insurance coverage or benefits. Any values shown are before tax. All withdrawals from a retirement plan are taxable as ordinary income. Please consult your tax expert or advisor. As you can see, people here like to have loud cars. All right, let's move along. So our mission is to do the following: show families, individuals, and businesses how to create and sustain generational wealth, strategic future financial planning, and asset protection and accumulation. For centuries, individuals, organizations have understood and created and designed life insurance mechanisms to create, sustain, and pass down generational wealth. I will not get into the long historical timeline of how this was accomplished, but I will let you know that let me move my face here, many of the current insurance companies, and I'm not hating, many of the current insurance companies, insurance carriers have been around a long time using this methodology. Many of the wealthy families on the planet have used insurance to create, sustain, and pass down generational wealth. Before I move to the next slide, let me say that this is a selfless act. All right. So, what do we insure? Cars, boats, motorcycles. The list is endless, right? Shoes. I know people that insure their jewelry, their shoes, electronic devices. Athletes have insurance on their legs, arms. The list is almost endless, right? We insure all types of stuff. There are insurance companies that insure basically everything. But then what we do is we complain about, well, insurance is this, insurance is that. Life insurance has so many different components. If you look at my previous videos, or you've joined the previous presentation, you know that life insurance has a lot of different components. So what do? We go out and buy things that are overpriced, low quality, and either they're a liability or they have no value. And you see the list here: overpriced designer clothing, coffee, uh, overhyped products. We go out to eat daily, weekly at restaurants. We go to fast food. We buy our kids fast food. We go to concerts. I'm not knocking the concerts. We go to people's concerts and spend crazy amounts of money to sit there with 10,000 other people for 8, 9, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, whatever the case is. And when you leave, you have that you're that much more. Uh, you don't have that money in your pocket. Let me say that. The latest phones, electronic gadgets, shoes, handbags, cruises, and then on top of that, you pay taxes. You pay taxes on things that don't bring any value. And I'm not saying don't have any fun. I'm not saying don't go on vacation. I'm not saying those things. What I am saying is to have a plan to generate passive income, retirement income, protection for your family and or business or your charitable organization in place before or while you enjoying life. I'm not saying don't enjoy life. What I'm saying is don't complain. We've been taught, well, not we, but people have been taught to complain about uh rich and wealthy people or people that have a lot of money, but we don't understand what they've been taught or their heritage. I heard somebody say one time, why they need all that? Well, they worked for it or they obtained it some type of way. Am I saying that they're right or wrong? No, I'm just saying like you can't get mad at certain people or families for having massive amounts of uh, assets when somebody in their bloodline down the line worked for it. Okay. All right. So here's some questions for you to consider. What are your goals? Who are you protecting? How will you protect them? What income are you protecting? How are you going to protect that income now and in the future? How many income sources do you have? And how are you accounting for inflation? These questions are questions that many people don't want to answer because it causes you to have to think and then plan. That is the whole point, to think and plan about the now and the short-term goals, your mid-range goals, and your long-term goals. What are those goals, and how are you going to effectively achieve those goals? We're talking about financial goals and health goals and etc. But in particular to this particular presentation, what are your goals? That's number one. So if you have kids, a business, a job, career, whatever the case is, how are you going to protect what it is that you built and or building? Many people do not have a plan. That's where I come in. They don't have a plan for anything really. We're just flying by the seat of our pants. Don't have a plan to protect income. We don't have a plan for possible short-term disability. We don't have a plan for long-term disability. We don't have a plan for terminal illness. We don't have a plan for death. Uh, the solution is life insurance. Solution is life insurance. Life insurance has so many different components, many built-in income features that people don't understand. And the reason why people don't understand is because they don't ask. And that's why so very few families and businesses have, don't get it confused with uh, insurance on your job or workers' comp insurance. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is things that you control and pay for. Your plan, not your job's plan, your boss's plan, or the government's plan. Your plan for these things I'm talking about. What happens if you have short-term disability? So what happens is, and I'm not knocking anybody, what happens is people rely on other people or organizations to take care of them if something happens. Do you realize that when somebody passes that's been in the military, they receive a very small monetary gift or monetary allowance for their final expenses? It does not cover everything. So many people are left trying to raise money or find money or go into a bank account. Do you know that probate, the only way you're able to access, the only way you're able to access a loved one's bank account is if there are several things you have to do ahead of time. And if you haven't done it, you then have to go through probate, which takes a long time. Trust me, I know I've gone through it. So you don't have a plan. Many people do not have a plan in place. But we get mad about people that have been taught how to have a plan, families that have a plan. You can't get mad. You have to do what they do. All right, let me move on. Okay, so today we're talking about income protection, in particular, disability income insurance. So, disability income insurance is designed to replace income loss due to an accident, short term, long term, chronic, or terminal situation. Do not confuse it with workers' comp. Workers' comp is not disability income insurance. Now, your boss, your job, the employer, will have some things that may help you, but this is something that you control. Let's say, for example, you don't use your disability income insurance. Well, there's a thing called the return of premium rider, which means I'm going to show you here in a second. Let's say you never use it, and people say, "Well, what about if I never use it? I'm young, I'm healthy, nothing's going to happen to me, I'm invincible." You know, the usual. Well, what happens is you keep it in place, and you will receive all of your premiums back. Okay. Any questions, you can send them to me on Instagram. You can direct message me. You can message me on YouTube or Facebook with any questions. Worksite disability insurance. All right. Same thing. Worksite or individual. Worksite is usually for an employer to uh, offer to his or her or their employees. And disability income insurance is you choose it on your own. So this is more so for employer wishing to offer it to their employees. Any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. Now, let's look at an example. I think this is great. I know I keep moving my face. All right, so with return of premium, disability income with return of premium. So let me break this down. This is an example of DI or disability income insurance with return of premium. So let's say, for example, you apply for disability income insurance and you have a total monthly premium of $54.46. Okay, which means for $2,000 a month in benefits. So that means that you're paying your premium, something happens, you then submit a claim and you will receive $2,000 a month in benefits to you, not it just goes directly to you. All right. Let's say, for example, with this particular scenario, which is an example, let's say you continue to use or have in place your plan. If something happens for 55 bucks a month, roughly, at age 67, you've paid, you haven't submitted any claims. You receive back $20,000. Now, you're saying to yourself, well, I got to wait that long to get my money back if I never use the policy. Here's my question. What if you don't do it and something happens? You're covered either way. If you do it, then you have both benefits. If you don't do it, if you do it and you never use it, you still have the benefit. If you do it and you use it, you still have the benefit. If it's not a, it's a no-brainer. Once again, these are plans. Okay. All right. So if you don't do it with the return of premium, you will get the same $2,000 a month, but there's no return at age 67. Okay. And I'm not going to go into the reasons why it stops at age 67, but here are your options. This is just an example. Okay. All right. Okay. So Mike doesn't use any tobacco products. He wants a disability income policy. He says, I may not use it, of course, when you're 35, when you're 30, 20, when you're 25, 30, 35. You think that nothing's going to happen to me. In this scenario, he's paying $18.15 a month for a return of premium rider. If he cancels the policy within 4 years, he doesn't get any return of premium. After the fourth policy year, but before age 65, he may be eligible for a return of a portion of the premiums paid. If he receives benefits under his policy over the years, the return of premium will be reduced by the amount of benefits paid or pending. However, you do get a portion of your, in this scenario, if he did use it, he will receive a portion of his premiums paid, plus the benefit if he uses the benefit. Now, the elimination period, to simplify it, all that means is the time between you're diagnosed with a situation, a disability, and the time you start receiving benefits. Okay. All right. If you want to know more, I decided to make this particular presentation short to see how it goes. If you want to know more, please reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube. The time is now. Don't wait. You don't have to get disability income insurance to protect your income. You can use other things as well. But the question is, how will you protect your family now and in the future? What is your duty to your family? Do you know what's going to happen in the future? Can you afford to not act now? The thing about insurance, life insurance, is that the longer you wait, the more it costs. Either way, if you don't get insurance, it's going to cost you more. And if you do get insurance, you wait, it's going to cost you more. So you might as well just go ahead and do it. Something. Don't have nothing. And then, let's say worst case scenario, you pass. There's nothing, and you haven't done anything. I personally have 3 separate insurance policies on myself. It's not about, well, you're not going to get rich off. It's not about that. It's about continuing life and putting your family in a better situation when you're going now and when you're going. And by the way, those policies have what's known as a living benefit, which means if I am diagnosed with a certain situation, I can access the face value. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the face values are, but that's a living benefit. I don't know why people fail to realize the benefits far outweigh the cost. How will you outpace inflation in the coming years during retirement if you decide to retire? Some people just want to keep working to stay busy. You still can access benefits through something like an annuity. Do you believe in delayed gratification, and what will your family do when, ... When something happens, not if, but when. Plan for what is difficult while it's easy. Do what's great while it's small. Don't wait till things get so large that there's nothing you can do. What are the next steps? If you're ready for a one-on-one illustration, let me know. I'll give you a free quote today. Go on my website, contact form, set up a meeting. You can click the QR code for the Calendly. They need to rename that app. 30-minute session with me to figure out what are the next steps. Either way. Once again, this is River Rock Financial Group, LLC. I'm a licensed financial professional. The agency and myself are licensed in Georgia, North Carolina, and Texas. You can call me directly or on the office phone. The website is rrfgwealth.com. The email is River Rock Financial Group LLC at Gmail. And until next time, do what is great while it's easy.